Guys, the new Batman movie. We have not seen it yet, but we still gonna talk Batman. I am Monty Mont.
I'm Rob.
Lorraine.
Earl.
So, people, it is Batman week on the We Seen It show. Hopefully you checked out yesterday's show, man. We had a very spirited debate on the Batman versus. We talked about a couple scenarios, Iron Man, Spider-Man, the whole couple of them. Check it out. It's very interesting talk. But today, we're going to talk about our favorite Batman movies. Now, I got up. Let me just give you the caveat right now. I'm not saying our favorite Batman. I'm not saying our favorite Batman villain. I'm not even saying maybe what is considered the best Batman movie. I'm saying your favorite Batman movie. That's all we're saying. It ain't got to be, there's consensuses. And matter of fact, let me just go real quick. If you go down just on the IMDb ratings, just the fan ratings, the Michael Keaton, the first Batman, the very first one, that has a 7.5 rating. This is just off of IMDb and things like that, what they say. That goes on to, we have, some struggle years, Batman Forever, Val Kilmer, 5.4. I'm sorry, Batman Returns was Michael Keaton as well, 7.1. Val Kilmer, Batman and Robin, Lord Jesus, 3.7. That is a 3.7. That's one of the lowest. It's super low. That is who made
Don't
it.
Nobody liked that movie.
It wasn't
Nobody.
No.
Batman Begins is an 8.3, which is very good. The Dark Knight is a 9.1, one of the all-time best ratings. I want to stick up again. The Dark Knight Rises, which a lot of people deride, but the Dark Knight Rises is an 8.4.
Yeah.
Rated. That's very high. Okay. And so we lead all this up to the new Batman coming out with Robert Pattinson. So you can pick what you want. As a matter of fact, we're going to give it 2. We're going to say our top 2.
Okay.
Now I didn't count the Justice League joints. If you want to put that in there, if you want to say that, it's up to you. So we're going to start with 1. Just give me your first 1 out of 2 that you can give me. So I'm going to start with you, Jay. Give me one of your top 2 all-time Batman films.
My favorite all-time Batman film is categorically the 1989 Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman with Kim Basinger as Vicky Vale, Jack Nicholson as the Joker. That's a movie I remember seeing as a kid. Many people were skeptical about Michael Keaton playing the character, and I think he did an incredible job at it. There's some iconic scenes. Danny Elfman, the great film composer with the iconic Batman theme. You had Prince on the soundtrack. There's nothing that's like that one for me.
Now, does anybody else have that on any list for them in one of their top 2?
Yes.
With is that my grandmother?
No, that was Angie.
Is that Angie? I can't see. Hey, Angie. Okay.
She's going down the stairs.
Angie, give us, if she want to give us one, we'll take hers too.
Mom, do you have a favorite Batman movie? She doesn't remember. She likes them all.
She likes them all. Okay, all right, fair enough. So does anybody else? I'll tell you what. That's close, Jay. I want to put that in there because it's
top 3.
I would put it in third. I would put it third.
That's what I'm gonna say. It would be my
third.
It would be my third. Like, that's outstanding movie.
I agree.
Jack Nicholson is I hope young people recognize the performance with Jack Nicholson.
He made the movie. It
is outstanding. He really did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lorraine, give me one of your 2 best Batman.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that Batman Returns, the second one, the 1992, because I really love Michelle Pfeiffer in there, and Danny DeVito was just great as the Joker. So that's like one of my favorite ones. I recently just rewatched it like a couple of months ago, just because I just really liked that one. And it had great people in it too.
That's funny you say that. I rewatched that about 2 or 3 months ago, and I was like, this is a lot better than I remember. Like, I was very impressed You know, I just figured it was a money grab, you know, just a sequel for a sequel, but it was actually very good.
Yeah, they had good players in there.
Yeah, love Kim Basinger in that. Well,
Yeah.
again, highly rated. It's a 7.1 solid movie. You had Chris Walken was in that one as well.
Yeah, he sure was.
A good one. Again, and that's the first live action Alfred, well, modern Alfred, Michael Gough, who again directed by Tim Burton as well. Very, very good movie. Very good movie. Michael Murphy, Christy Conaway, a couple others in there as well. Earl, one of your top two.
I'm gonna second Lori and say Batman Returns.
Oh, okay. Right.
I just
good choice.
I think number one, Spider-Man 2 gets a lot of accolades for perfectly juggling two villains. Mm-hmm. But if you look back at it, I mean, Batman Returns perfectly juggled
two villains,
Catwoman and Penguin.
Right.
And just, you know, I don't know do you know when Batman Returns came out?
92.
That might have been seminal in my transformation into into malehood. Because I mean, I was like, hey man, I know she evil, but
yeah.
So, hey, man, but that and it was just Penguin. He was, as a kid, seeing him eat all those small little minnows or you know, fish. I was like, man, this is crazy. But
that movie was really kind of dark too, man.
It was.
I pulled with the darkness heavily, and then when Michelle Pfeiffer, when she transforms into Catwoman and realizing her senses, it's good.
She was very disturbed. Like she was really
she had some issues. Yeah.
She did. Like I said, rewatching it, I was like, man, I don't remember all of this, but it was very enlightening. Well, I'm gonna go with my number two. You know, and I don't care what y'all say, it is The Dark Knight Rises. I'm sorry. It's outstanding. It is
I love that.
The Dark Knight Rises. There's a part in the movie. I remember
that's your number one?
No, that's my number two.
Oh, I thought we was doing number one.
I said either one of you wanted to do, you could do one or two. Yeah.
Okay.
He got a baby with him, y'all. He got a baby. But I just remember watching that at one point and being like, yo, I said, man, how they gonna get out of this? I was just like, this is bad. Like they driving in the Batmobiles. Oh boy, his back is broke in prison. He can't get out. I was just like, yo, this is really like the prisoners is free. And I mean, we talked about this yesterday. I'm sorry. That's one of the worst whoopings you ever gonna see a man take on screen. Like Bane totally demolishes.
Bane was great villain.
All the tricks, all the stuff. He had a counter for every. I mean, just when you watch, I mean, he's just beating and beating. And I love at the end, like Tom Hardy, he takes the mask and he just tosses it as if he's got no regard for him. I mean, it is. I really don't. What my thing is, I don't like how they played Bane at the end. I thought that was really kind of a weak move, just kind of a patsy move to get him off. But I even enjoy. I don't know. Sometimes people get on an old girl.
Anne Hathaway.
I thought she was great in it as well.
I liked her in it.
I did because she was really grating, not nice. You know, it was her fault. She led him to the. You know, she was kind of unrepentant about it. I liked the beef him and Alfred had, you know, at the end. He was like, well, maybe I'll see you somewhere on the Riviera, and he ended up seeing him on the Riviera. I just remember thinking like, man, you know, as much pressure as it was leading up to that. And I'll get to what my number one's gonna be, but I felt it held up. I mean, Bane was menacing. I mean, he puts his finger on old boy and he asks him.
I know, you like fear.
Yes, bro, it's as menacing as you can get. Yeah. So again, a close beating out the original Batman with Michael Keaton. Very close, but it's not like that. So that's our first round. Now let's get back to it again. We'll start again. This is how we went. Jay, your number one.
Okay, well, I gave you my number one first, which was Batman.
Yeah. Oh, that's your number one. Okay.
That was my number one. So my number two is going to be unconventional, but real Batman aficionados like myself will identify.
Mask.
I thought about that one, but for me, my second favorite one is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and here's why.
Wow.
Uh,
Whoa.
Ben Affleck.
I saw this coming. I know why you.
Yeah, yeah. Ben Affleck is, to me, the best on-screen depiction of Batman. If you're a real fan of the comic books, this man, he's 6'4". He has a screen presence about him. He plays Batman in his later years. That's more, Robin has just died. So he's more vengeful, he's more violent, he's more brutal Batman. And that particular Batman has by far categorically the best shot action sequence in the warehouse. If you go back and watch that sequence, it is by far, and it is universally recognized as the best action sequence in any Batman film. My criticism with, if you go back, I wish, like, how some of these podcasts, you can splice in little video footage. I wish you had that kind of, where you can put in little clips, where you can show that clip right there. But also, if you compare that to the Dark Knight Rises, that fight scene when they fighting in City Hall is one of the worst.
It's
absolutely terrible.
It's on the level of, you seen that clip on YouTube of Taken when Liam Neeson is jumping?
Dude, that is horrible, man. How
the editing is terrible.
I mean, you got Batman just throwing haymakers. He falling on the floor. This is Batman. This is a man that traveled around the world to learn every martial art. And he doesn't like he's been in one fight in a day in his life. That's completely indefensible. It's horrible. That's why Christopher Nolan is terrible at. Christopher Nolan not a fan of Batman. You can tell by the way he shot it. While Zack Snyder, he's actually a fan of Batman.
Well, now hold on, because I heard, I can't remember if that was Van Lathan and the Midnight Boys, but they put a lot of criticism on Christian Bale's fighting period. They're like, he is not a good on-screen fighter. He is not.
Yeah, it's not fluid at all.
He's not fluid at all. Like his fighting is so
very robotic.
Even in the Dark Knight, like that in the parking lot scene and all, he's not to me a fluid natural fighter at all.
And you can't. How can you have Batman? One of his most defining characteristics is his combat readiness.
He don't have no powers.
He has no powers.
Right.
He's basically a ninja. How you gonna have him? I mean, me and Earl could choreograph. Our Time to Reign fight sequence was more choreographed than that.
Yeah, that was six-pack Earl out there.
We out here.
Pre-baby.
Right. No, I think it was them. Somebody, they really made good points. They're like, he is just not. I mean, he's, put it like this. There's stages of the Batman, like you say, Ben Affleck, the later stage Batman, and it seemed like Christian Bale was just going more for the Playboy Batman, not really the well-rounded, all around. And so it's kind of why you kind of maybe look at it
was like the angsty Batman,
but he didn't.
He had all these issues, and he wanted the girl, and he wanted to avenge his dad, and
it didn't hit right.
Yeah,
because
it's.
Here's the thing, Bruce.
But the fight between Batman and Superman, I just thought that was stupid.
But if you read the Frank Miller, if you watch The Dark Knight by Frank Miller, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly how
it plays out.
It plays out just like that.
It just seems so. If they had a conversation, they could have fixed that in 5 minutes.
Right. No,
Marv.
Okay. Now, see, Lorraine, you bring up points like we talked about this yesterday. There is in the canon, Batman fought the Hulk, and he beat him with some knockout gas, which is.
No, that's not fair.
Okay, somebody wrote that. That don't mean we got I don't want to see that in a movie. That's ridiculous. I'm kind of like you, Lorraine. I wasn't pleased with that Batman Superman fight all the way. I know it's canon. I'm not denying that, but I was just like, okay. I mean, it seems like you could do whatever you want, and I just. Yeah, but I do a lot of people didn't like Ben Affleck. I thought he was great.
I liked him.
I had no problem with him. But okay, so Lorraine, give us your other Batman.
Well, you already talked about it. Dark Knight Rises. That's one of my favorite ones because I love Bane. In the beginning of that movie, that beginning was so amazing with the airplane and breaking the airplane in half and then taking off. I just thought Bane is such a great villain. And I loved all the gadgets and cars and motorcycles in The Dark Knight Rises. So that's one of my favorites. Second.
You all right with me, Lorraine? You all right with me? Earl, give me the other of your top two.
So Batman Returns is number one. Quick side note: I don't think history is going to look well on the Nolan trilogy. It's just when you look back at it, those kind of bad films.
Even Batman Begins.
When was the last time you watched Batman Begins?
Not good, bro.
Like, I don't know.
Not good, bro.
It's a tie for my number 2. They're both animated. It's Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, and also
the Joker.
Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
Both of them were the afternoon flicks. Mask of the Phantasm. He was a detective in that movie trying to figure out stuff, and then it embodies like Batman or Bruce Wayne to me. And Batman versus Superman. Batman went to Metropolis and was macking Lois Lane, and I was like, that's the Playboy Batman that I know. Like that Batman 90s series. That's like that's the epitome of Batman in my opinion.
Kevin Conroy voicing them. Yep.
Those are 2 movies, so they count.
Yeah, no, it's a movie. That's true. That's the truth.
I have to go back and watch some of the animated. I haven't watched any of those.
It's tremendous.
So see, here's the thing. If I could bend the rules, or I'll just give a shout out because you just reminded me. Now, Batman, the animated series, which this is old school, 92 to 95. I mean, I'm in school. I used to come home from school and immediately turn it on. It is outstanding. To be that old. I mean, you can watch it right now and it holds up. It is so well done. Highly rated. It's a 9.0 rating on IMDb.
One of the best.
Really?
Yeah, that's a tremendous. Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
But and then with that said, I mean, you know what? I think I'm going to have to go for my other one with the original Batman because I have to. I was going to go with The Dark Knight, but I can't go with a movie where I could cut out the last 20 minutes of it. It's just I cannot. We don't need the last 20 minutes of that Batman speech. We don't even need the tugboat stuff. You could have stopped right there. It's great, and we will get to that later on in the week with Heath Ledger and all that. You know, it's a great opening to it as well. But I think I'm going to go with the original Batman with Michael Keaton because that is just. I mean, I remember when that came out, it just kind of changed the whole game, and people was like, "Wow!" Like Superman. You remember Superman? They had a bunch of string of movies. You know, the Christopher Reeves. I think we was on Superman 4 by then. You know, by the time 8, 9, just pumping them out. Not decent movies, but Tim Burton you were like, "Wow, okay." And then, like you say, with Prince coming on with it, and Dickie Vale. I mean, you had at the height.
Yeah.
You had Kim Basinger.
Prince's video for that was great too.
And the video, right? I mean, I think they had somebody. It was either Burger King or McDonald's. You could get the Batman cups. Like,
and I had all that. Yeah.
It was too much. You gotta.
Like,
but they didn't think that Michael Keaton would do it either.
No, yeah,
right.
And I remember when they announced who it was, I was like, but I really liked him in all the ones he did.
Yeah.
You know what? And let's talk about that real quick. How many times have we been wrong? Because
Robert Downey
Jr. Me being a Hulk fan.
Right, for real.
When I heard Mark Ruffalo for Hulk, I was like, bro, y'all just don't know what y'all doing. But I like Mark Ruffalo. I mean, I was pretty convinced for Thor with
that was easy though.
That was an easy one. But it's a few that I've been like, and
Iron Man, you're right. Iron Man was totally.
I thought everybody in Guardians of the Galaxy was gonna be just a bomb, but they ended up working that out.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Chris Pratt in the crew.
Too.
And
Yep.
I was the same way about Robert Pattinson because you all know Robert Pattinson from Twilight.
I don't know.
And I had never seen Twilight, so I'd never seen it. But I watched a couple of other movies that he did. You seen Tenet? Did you watch Tenet?
Oh yeah.
Him and David Washington, they are incredible. It's basically a James Bond movie. And they had swagger in there, they in the suits, kind of smooth. I liked them.
Here's my thing to what E said. You named all Marvel movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, that's that's true. Yeah. But real quick on Robert Pattinson, I saw him in a movie called it's with Tom Holland is what's called the devil all the time. He plays like a Southern preacher, and he is outstanding. Like I almost didn't know.
He can act.
He's a really good actor.
He's a really good actor.
That's and the reason why I brought it up was when I heard Robert Pattinson, but then I was like, the only Twilight movie I saw, I was in Israel, and there was only 2 channels on the TV.
You were forced to watch it.
Twilight was ran on a loop on one of the channels, and Earl, your mic is muted.
That first Twilight is really good.
This was the second one. I only seen the second one.
First Twilight is good.
I tried to watch it. I can't stand the girl.
Oh
my God, I cannot. But I've seen her in later movies, and she's actually gotten better.
They said she's good.
She's a good actress now, but she was so bad in that movie. I couldn't watch any more Twilight. So I was like,
she's in that Diana movie, right? She's playing. Yeah, Diana. I think she got nominated actually.
Yeah, she's nominated.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
She got nominated. So that's why I'm going into this. I'm gonna give Robert Pattinson the benefit of the doubt. We know that this Batman is supposed to be more detective-y, a little more kind of. If you took the Ben Affleck as a younger man, the kind of the brooding, so to speak, thing. So I don't, I know a lot of people are excited for it. So we'll see.
And you know what, I heard something like, so Matt Reeves was like his inspiration for this version of Batman is Kurt Cobain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so that's why.
Angsty.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Okay, smells like Teen Spirit. Okay.
Yeah. Rob Pattinson was like, this Batman, he's not a playboy.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this is going to, Matt Reeves. What y'all think about Matt Reeves as a director though? Because I just watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes for the first time, and it was really good.
It's good,
Those Planet of the Apes, that's an underrated trilogy.
Those are good series, especially that last one.
That was the last one.
Dawn is the second one.
No, is that the second one?
Dawn is. War of the Planet of the Apes is the third one.
Okay, that one is excellent.
That what was it? Andy Serkis deserved the nomination.
He should have got out. Yeah,
man,
excellent
he goes hard.
Yeah, he does.
And then on that same track, then what do we think for Paul Dano as the Riddler? Now the Riddler, I believe wasn't Jim Carrey the last Riddler we saw?
Yeah.
That movie was so terrible. I mean, there's nothing but to go up for the Riddler. There is of course I'm messing up everything. There's a series with the young Batman.
Batman Beyond.
It's on TV. No, it's on TV. It's like on it's like a.
Oh, you talking about the
with the kid?
Pennywise, or you talking about Gotham?
Gotham.
Oh yeah.
And now the Riddler's in that, the Edward E. Nigma, and I like that guy. That guy was like, he was, now Paul Dano was an excellent actor.
I know Paul Dano from one movie.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'll drink your milkshake.
Paul Dano is, he's a great movie. I just hope the part they let him really. I wonder if they're gonna really let him be, because he's creepy in every part. Paul Dano is,
they have 3 hours to let him be.
You got plenty of time.
3 hours? It's 3 hours?
It's 2 hours and 58 minutes, and they said they cut it down from 4 hours. So there's a 4 hour cut out there.
These director cuts, man, I don't even know. But so guys, that's it. Let us know if you have one we didn't name. I mean, the only ones we didn't name were the terrible joints. So if you really like Batman and Robin, I don't know what to tell you.
Ooh.
Let me just wait. The one I watched a little bit of that Batman and Robin with George Clooney. He had
excited about George Clooney. I was excited because I thought he would be great.
They'll tell you George Clooney's my guy. That's my guy. He's one of my favorites.
Me too.
But they had bat skates that jumped. They were on ice, and bat skates came out, and they were playing like hockey. What is this,
bro? Who was that? Is that Joel Schumacher?
It's Joel Schumacher.
It was the height of '90s indulgence.
Oh no, that's a good point.
Like, why did
but to have Robin and Batgirl, it was too much. It was too much.
Ridiculous.
Alicia Silverstone.
Robin.
But Robin was wild. Hey, key fact: Robin was supposed to be Shawn Wayne's.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Ain't Shawn Wayne's the goofy one? He the goofy one.
Marlon.
Marlon. I'm sorry, Marlon Wayans.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
Marlon.
really?
I put all the Wayans
I
together.
think I did hear that. I think I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That 90s
I
stretch.
can't even imagine that.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
that's
idea.
unwatchable, man.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. Like, and the crazy thing is, them Joe Schumacher movies, they all start off the same. It's a cheesy opening. It is just so over. They just throwing money at this dude. Like, do whatever you want. It is god awful.
Wait, Earl, I thought you rock with Batman Forever with Val Kilmer.
I do rock with Batman.
Yeah.
Man,
I mean, it's got the greatest Batman song of all time.
well, I'll give you that. but-
Don can make a movie.
I'm
so-
still over them Prince joints.
Hey man, I fool
Man,
that.
that dude, they had Jack Nicholson running down the street listening to Prince.
The Batman is higher, but personally, that Batman Forever, it has my favorite Batman. Val
Kilmer, your favorite Batman?
It has my favorite what do you call them? Romantic
Oh.
lead. That's a female.
Oh,
And it's got Seal Kissed by a Rose. I mean,
Which one? Oh yeah, that was a good. That's a
I
I
really
mean,
good
it's a
song.
tremendous song.
I went
yeah.
out and bought the album after that.
See.
I'm just saying, bro. Tommy Lee.
So, but which one was Poison Ivy in?
That was that Arnold Schwarzenegger one, wasn't it?
Horrible.
Yeah, that's Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
horrible,
Arnold
man.
Schwarzenegger.
That's Batman
being
and
in
Robin. That's
Yeah.
Batman.
Oh, okay, no wonder.
Yeah, that was
That's-
Uma Thurman.
That's Uma Thurman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uma
That-
Thurman, who I really
That
like.
movie is so bad. Like, it is. And you got
it's a
heavy
train.
hitters
It's a
in there.
dumpster fire in there.
I mean, Alicia Silverstone is in it.
Yeah,
You know,
right. Yeah.
Uma Thurman, Chris O'Donnell.
Batgirl.
Hey,
Vivica
which
A.
one
Fox
has it?
is in that movie.
Really?
What?
Vivica, I'm looking at it right here. Vivica A. Fox is in this movie.
As a bank teller?
Elle McPherson, the model, is in this.
That's another movie.
It is just wow.
Wow. Well, you know, I think it's because of the name Batman, and the ones before it were so good that
Yeah.
people were willing
Because
to.
Tommy
do it.
Lee Jones was in Batman Forever, right?
Tommy Lee Jones, that's
Yeah.
Two-Face, and they had the Riddler with Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah, right.
Nicole
yeah.
Kidman is in that one. Drew Barrymore.
Bro, that bug is so cheesy though. I can't believe you like that. Batman Forever is super cheap.
Hey man, I fool heavily with that joint, man.
That's nostalgia,
He
man.
overcome-
And when last time you watched it?
Because Nicole Kidman, she's his therapist, man. He overcomes his fear of the dark.
You always about the pretty girls. That's what you think.
Right,
of.
right.
What you say now?
The pretty girls.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm
trying-
saved and married.
But not back then. You were.
Not back then, right?
Not back then you were.
I think he was a teenage boy back then.
Yeah, man, I was in Detroit, man. Listen, man, it's hard to live safe down there.
I don't know, but yeah, that's
Rob
I mean,
knows.
kids from
Rob ain't
who
gonna
like
say
this.
nothing. Rob was in Detroit too, man.
He cheesing.
But I mean, when you got to say the soundtrack is what's saving the movie, then that's pretty
Right.
good.
I
Right.
said it was my personal favorite.
That's fine. No, you're right. Personal fave. We talking.
You get to pick your own personal favorite.
Yeah,
We just want to
I
talk
don't know.
about you, but that's
I think though that just the, I don't know. Real quick, last question. What is it about Batman? Why can we not quit Batman? I feel like we're gonna have another iteration. We'll see where this goes,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna do it again. They're gonna wait 5-6 years, bring another one out. Like, what is it about Batman that we can't quit?
I think
it's go ahead, Earl.
no. Go ahead.
I think it's because he really doesn't have any superpowers, you know. He's like not like Superman. He's got these superpowers, so he can overcome a lot just with his superpowers. So he's really just a man who's like really gone through a lot of trauma in his life, you know, losing his parents, seeing them shot down dead, and then he decides that he's gonna come back, but still do good for his city. He loves his city and he wants to do good, even though he's a rich boy. He still wants to give back. So I think that's one of the things we love about him. So we're willing to see it over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, I think it's like yin and yang. Like, we can't quit Superman because he's supposed to exemplify hope. And like Batman, we can't quit because he exemplifies like
The
dark.
darkness.
I'm telling you, man, like somebody killed my parents, I'm killing everybody.
Yeah.
Let me get $1 billion. Everybody dying.
Mhm.
You ain't got no code, huh? Yeah.
I ain't got no
Anything
code.
on that?
I'm breaking backs everything.
Well, Ra's al Ghul asked him, "Why didn't you come back and kill those people? Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you
That's
kill
you sure
them?"
did, yeah.
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 That Batman Begins is so horrible, man. I just didn't like that.
You ain't like it at all, huh? You don't mess with it at all.
No,
Yeah, that
'cause-
Batman Begins is pretty bad.
That dude
Hey.
Christian Bale was like, I'm looking for a means to fight injustice. It's like it was like he was in a different movie than everybody else was in.
I mean, we know the origin stories can be rough. We already know that because it takes too long to establish. But real quick, last thing. If I see, I don't care if it's 3 hours, if I see one more time Thomas and Martha Wayne get gunned down on screen, like fam, we got
Gotta
it.
happen, man.
I
It's
see
gotta
them
happen.
pearls fall off of Martha Wayne. Lorraine, you just brought up. I don't want to see that again.
It's gotta happen. That's like top 10
I've
things you can
seen
rely
them
on in cinema.
killed 100 times, yo.
That's
Like,
top 10 things.
We
you
all
can
know
rely
how
on
they
in cinema.
died.
even
so,
in that show Gotham, they had to go back and
It's
forth. I
top
said,
10
all right.
things you can rely on. It cannot be bad. Like the beginning of
Gonna be
Batman,
in there.
Superman, Dawn of Justice. That movie's terrible in my opinion. But that opening credits when they get killed, amazing.
We know though, we got it. Like you ain't got to. But I feel like with 3 hours, they're gonna probably put everything in there. So
This supposed to be like year 2. So they're not supposed to recapture that. You can have a nightmare sequence like he dreams
that's what I'm
about it.
saying. Some kind
That's the
of
same thing. Yeah.
tossing and turning thing, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are we gonna talk about the Snyder Cut? Because Snyder Cut is good.
What's
That's
the
a good
Snyder
Batman
Cut?
movie.
But it's
Oh, you mean
technically a
yeah.
Batman movie.
I mean, it wouldn't be without him. He going around gathering everybody.
Right.
Well, put like this: the Snyder Cut was to me way better than of course. I mean, and we see why he was so upset because I mean it was.
They chopped it up. Yeah,
They totally, which kind of shows you what these studios was doing to some of these movies. Sometimes, I mean, it was good. It was not. I didn't think it was great. I thought it got a little overhyped. Just nothing like that ever happened before, where the fans literally got a cut of a movie. I'd never heard of that before. But no, it was good. It was a little rambling. But
Snyder Cut like 4 hours, ain't it?
yeah, it's like a 4-hour movie. Like, you should 4 hours. Man, it's hard to keep me going for 4 hours. Like I got to take a break for a minute. But
That's a long time.
that's a long time. Yeah, but I know this though. They're ready for this one coming out. We will be checking it out soon and recapping it as well. But we still got a couple more shows to go this week on We Seen It. I'll thank my panel for the day. We had some good talks. I mean, again, I don't know. Maybe check out. We see your shirt, Ron. We see your shirt.
Go Blue, baby.
All right.
Go Blue. We up by like 15.
Juwan Howard, what's up?
All y'all haters, go Blue.
Juwan Howard. What now?
And don't mess with us. Don't mess with Michigan folk, man.
Chi-Town. But check us out, Mighty Sharp Network on the We Seen It podcast. More to come, more to come, more to come. We appreciate the help. Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Bye.
See you.